I'm so much the Eleanor, which is why I didn't choose to write it from that perspective because and you don't have to have read Sense and Sensibility to get this book. But I felt like Jane Austen, even though her book was written in the third person omniscient perspective, took Eleanor's side. So there's lots of like little snarky comments about the younger sister and things like that that I felt it felt like it was told from Eleanor's perspective, and so I felt like it would be nice to give the younger sister her due, let her tell her side of the story, and I also thought from a creative perspective, it's much more interesting for me to really like work on what makes this younger sister, what's driving 'cause it's so easy to get for me to get into the older sister's head. More interesting for me as a creative person to get into the head of the younger sister who I don't really get that much. And so I had to come up with backstories for her and what makes her insecure, what makes her afraid to take the next step. One of the early bits of feedback that I got from some people was, "She's such a hot mess." And she's in her late 30s. So isn't that kind of late for her to be such a hot mess? Shouldn't she be in her late 20s? I was like, I know lots of women who are in their late
Yeah.
30s and still a hot mess. And in fact, there's something
Yeah.
about being in your late 30s that kind of amps up the pressure because like society is
Yeah.
telling you you got to be married by now, or if you don't have a baby soon, it's going to be too late. Or there's all this stuff that happens like around 30, between 35 and 40, where women like they need to get their life in order and they realize that they're not in order. So I actually thought that was like the perfect age for her to be the peak of hot messness and trying to figure out what's next in her life. I mean, I
You're
feel like
absolutely right, the stakes are a bit higher, yeah.
I feel like if you're in your late 20s and you're a hot mess, so what? Everybody's a hot mess
Yeah,
in their late 20s.
it's true, yeah, it's like you're on par for course right now, it's okay,
Right.
like
You got plenty of time. Don't worry about it. Yeah.